Alright, hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more different kinds of action here. So what you're seeing is a Fantasy Strike fighting game. This is the game set in the Fantasy Strike universe, currently in pre-alpha mode, being developed by Sterling Games. And I had a couple of friends over for some weekend Yomi and Fantasy Strike fun, and we ended up very late in the weekend, ended up capturing some video and some fights. Sorry for not full screening entirely here. I think we fixed that in fairly short order at some point later in these matches. But until then, yeah, we've got Midori versus Valerie. So I am playing the Midori side of this, and I believe it was either I think it was probably Juushichi who was playing the Valerie side, or it could. I suppose it could also have been Silmerion. I'm not entirely sure at this point. But yeah, some interesting matches. You know, I'm playing different grapplers, and so far we've got two in the game. We've got Rook and Midori, and played a bunch of Rook and decided to see how Midori felt. So currently, I'm in dragon form here, so all my normals are really beastly. My back A is this really long range kind of sweep move, and now I've run out of super, so I'm back into normal human mode. I actually really like Midori in human mode as well. Like he's got some really interesting move sets. His throw and counter are really cool. The counter lets you just counter a single hit, I believe, and then go for a counter attack. So you take no damage, you hit back for one, and then you're in this purple state where as soon as your opponent is in a throwable state, you throw them automatically. So they can't Yomi counter it, which is how you usually deal with regular moves. And you just get this this really advantaged state for a long time. The only time you ever lose it, actually, is if you are hit at all. It gives you a nice boost to your super meter as well, so you get to go into dragon form much more often and much more quickly. So first game goes to me. The neutral in this, again, none of us are particularly, expert players at any of this at all. I'm getting absolutely lit up at the moment. But the neutral for this match, at least thus far at this level, for Midori, definitely seems to be get into a position where you can get that counter working, like threaten throws and then counter their attempts to keep you out. Yeah, and here we're going to see that, in fact, yes, I had the first hit of chip, so I had to react in such a way that I was no longer getting chipped out, and trading blows was not in my favor just there. So after the whiffed neutral A, I was able to punish with throw. At this point, I'm still getting used to the fact that Midori's throws do not leave his opponent in a knockdown state. Now, I was able to exploit there the fact that the falling rainbow disc takes a little while to get back down to the ground, and Midori's dragon form, like neutral A into A combo, hits immediately above him, and then I was just able to hit with the dragon snout to trade essentially with the disc and take the last point of health. With Midori 2, like, I find I'm probably not hitting dragon. I'm not hitting my dragon activation as soon as I can or could. So immediately, like at any point I have full super and I'm not just straight up, even if you're straight up losing the match, because it doesn't go away. Like your dragon form doesn't go away at the end of the round. It just persists and you use up a little bit of it. There's no real penalty unless you're explicitly in a bad situation where you're probably not going to get, unless you're in a position where your opponent can run away or run out dragon form, you should probably just go for it anyway. So yeah, I really like the mode. You get an aerial throw, you get a ground throw with armor that moves you across the screen very slowly, but is still kind of a pain in the ass for your opponent to deal with. Like his all of his normals become huge and just horrifying. I end up using dragon form activation after normal throws in human form with Midori later on, which I think is really effective. Just mistimed the counter there. Yeah, happened to Honda throw myself into that slam. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out. That's the real thing I love about this game is just you have like you have a couple of different options. You know, like you have kind of a nice variety of options in terms of your moves for each character, but you're constrained enough that you can relatively quickly make like decisions about what you want to do and what's effective in any given matchup or situation. Like oh, I'm having a real hard time dealing with my opponent doing this. How do I deal with that? Okay, well, if I block it, can I punish it with a throw? If I block it, can I punish it with this move? If I block it, can I punish it with this? Do I have to beat it with a specific move? Like, do I have different priority? Okay, yeah, so that last matchup was against Juushichi. Now I'm playing against Silmerion's Setsuki. And yeah, just needed to get used to the fact that, yes, okay, the counter move does not in fact work against projectiles, so I should stop trying to do that. I went for the immediate grab after release of his grab, and got Yomi countered there. He's like, okay, you're close enough that you're probably going to hold forward or back and press a button, and press A, and that'll mean that that I get the free damage on you and the free super. Still in dragon form there. Yeah, he jumped up and threw a kunai, and I knew that if I just hit, the ground dragon throw with armor, that would it would move through the kunai and just grab him right as he hit the ground. What you'll see I start to do is start dealing with this kunai pressure by neutral jumping, neutral jump A, so that I can jump over it and then just give myself just enough distance to get past the kunai and deal some potential damage. Okay, so yeah, there I start experimenting with activation after immediate throw, and you have just enough time after activation that you can go for a couple of different things. You can immediately go for his bite and fireball and get some chip on your opponent. Yeah, so he's got to deal with the fact that when I'm in dragon form, he can't freely jump and throw kunai. He's got to come up with a different plan. Okay, and here he's in the corner, so I should be able to just go for the chop. Yeah. So in the corner, if you throw with Midori and throw them into the corner, you're just close enough that you can immediately throw again. So there's a couple of different ways that your opponent can get out of there. So if you go for the throw, if they are pressing, I don't think they can press an attack fast enough. I'm not exactly sure if that's the case. I don't know if they can press an attack fast enough to get out of it. And they can't jump out of the normal throw because the normal throw will catch them in the either the startup of the early frames of the jump. So the only thing they can really do to prevent the throw loop in the corner is to do nothing and Yomi counter, and then you transition to just using chop, which is neutral A and doesn't throw. Or if you've input the dedicated throw button, then you can just forward A and go into hand slaps and stuff. Yeah, so again, just punishing that instinct to go for a kunai, and then getting double chops, as he was thinking I was likely going for a throw, and going for the Yomi counter there. Yomi counter is so good. It's such a fantastic mechanic. It's so hype whenever it happens. Like, you intentionally don't push any buttons and your opponent just gets absolutely destroyed. Like, you throw them and you also get your full super meter, so it's like, it's just doubly, it's just so good. Everything about it is so good. And you can see those moments where like I don't know, your instinct, or at least my instinct, is when you've got them in that range where you can throw them, is to shimmy back and forth and kind of set up like, oh, am I going to hit you? Am I going to not? But fundamentally, that's actually a mix-up on yourself, because if they're not pressing anything and you're shimmying back and forth and you hit A, you're going to go for the throw and then you just get annihilated with the Yomi counter. So it's a really, really fun mix-up. And then, you know, it turns into this real, like, stare-down situation where neither of you are pushing any buttons, so that you've kind of taken throw off of the other person's game plan. And then it's just whoever can, you know, do you have a good neutral button you can press? Midori's like overhand chop is really, really good. Like, it's got a nice anti-air properties and stuff that you can set up with it. It's like, you know, it's pretty fast, it seems like. Yeah, I went for the throw there and I just hit the activation, which it doesn't look like the activation has any recovery frames. It's like an instantaneous, like Popping Instinct in Killer Instinct is the only thing I can think of. I'm not sure if that's even a correct comparison. Hi, welcome to I have no idea what fighting games are. Which is what makes this game so awesome. Like, we got these really, really hype, like, matches all weekend long. It was a ton of fun to play, and if we had picked up any other fighting game, we would just been destroyed. Like, both of the people I played against are, you know, experienced fighting game players. They have their games that they're very fond of and very good at, and it would have just taken, like, the entire weekend would have been spent teaching me the basics of one of those games. And instead we had these, like, really really exciting matches. It felt like we were playing the real game, so to speak. Now you can see now Silmerion's kind of getting the hang of this, where he's punishing, like, when he's in close, my instinct is to go for the counter when I'm in human form with Midori, and he's just exploiting that by just walking up and throwing me, which is really cool. So unfortunately, I waste kind of the back half of that dragon form just by wandering back and forth. You really do need to make stuff happen when you are in dragon form. You have such powerful normals, it's kind of a waste if you don't do anything. Yeah, you can see there, I went for the counter. I'm flashing different colors and doing different stuff. It's just going in for the throw. Yeah, just got just got put in the corner and kunai'd and aggressed to death. I think very likely that you know, the next time we meet, I'm gonna have a much harder time dealing with Setsuki and Valerie. I think I had a better time just because it feels like aggression is like rushdown characters, which both you know, Setsuki and Valerie are. They've both got 5 hit points instead of the usual kind of 6, and you know, to make up for that lack of hit points, they have much more, you know, much better normals, much bigger combos, that sort of thing. But to start getting that going, like in the find, yeah, because I think if that had hit, that would have been 4 damage. Okay, and he gets the, yeah, he gets the hooligan throw. I don't actually know how I'm supposed to punish that. I'm not sure if it's like if I can counter hit it, if it's a matter of I need to be jumping out of it. Not sure. Yeah, I keep getting Abbott with these early game super throws. So he starts the game with 3 hit points instead of 5, which is kind of painful. Okay, yeah. Runs out the timer on my dragon form, and I catch him jumping to take the set. So I think Juushichi will get into the chair. Okay, yeah, there we go. Full screen. We're doing it. We're doing it right. Okay, back to the action. So Juushichi is up. I really like this this black and white color. It's really awesome. Okay, so clock tower action. Yeah, again, so like I wish there was a little more content out for this game so I could see like what's the kind of correct, you know, Valerie pressure or whatnot. But thus far, what's been serving me really well as Midori has just been going for counters in the like, oh god, so much damage. But we're in a good position here. We've got her cornered. We're in our throwable state. We can start being aggressive, and it seems like that purple kind of like the post parry state has it's not quite a normal throw, because normal throws beat jumps. So you can, you know, if your opponent's jumping, you can normal throw them out of it. But you can definitely jump out of the purple mode if you're just mashing jump, so you're jumping on the earliest possible frame at all times. You should be fine. It will definitely pick up if you whiff, or if your move has too much startup, it'll grab you right out of the move, and I think that happens a little bit later in one of these matches. Yeah, so I try to, I don't know, punish something there, and I just get I just get painted down. Yeah, so I need to be getting in and doing stuff here. Yeah, so I go for get the super grab, or the ground grab. Bite has nice range on it. Okay, so we've got really high health lead right now. Should just try to close things out here. Yeah, tried to punish the rainbow disc, and that does not work. It is quite fast. Definitely faster than Chop. Just trying to neutral jump and get a kick in on a whiff normal. Yeah, Midori feels, it's cool. Like he feels very different from Rook, which is the grappler that I most love playing. So you probably will not see any Rook matches. I think I'd stopped playing him at this point. Just wanted to give some other characters a shot. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what do I do as Midori after throws in neutral. Like I said, eventually I start Dragon activating immediately because his normals give you enough range that you can actually combo into them after the throw. Yeah, just getting mixed up. I need to work on cross-up defense. I have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to be doing in those. Like I can't see them and react fast enough, so I'm still trying to train my brain to respond to seeing that. Yeah, gets me with the neutral jump. Then myself with the anti-air chop. The kind of the sensei missile. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but the like you know, full screen kick thing has some pretty good priority, it seems like. Yeah, went for the counter, get thrown instead. I think that was probably a mispushed button. Yeah, so in the corner you've got this really nice kind of like, you go for the chop and you can go into hands immediately. But at distance, I don't think there's anything you can actually do, at least in human form, to follow up the throw. Okay, so dragon form. If you see Valerie do that kind of leap and kick, yeah, it is throw invulnerable, but it's only throw invulnerable while she's glowing kind of pinkish. So the super throw, or my dragon throw still worked because the animation of her, like her invulnerable state, had just run out. So you can kind of catch her on the tail end of it, if you've timed it correctly, or you've gotten lucky with the timing. Yeah, I expect a lot of this. A lot of the reason this looks so good for Midori is just because it's, as a grappler, all your throws deal 2 damage, which is like good combo damage. Yeah, you can see Juushichi just patiently waiting for me to run out of patience and walk up and throw. Get the Yomi counter there. But I think, yeah, once those combos start getting optimized, things are going to look much more even, and probably more likely to be Valerie advantaged than Midori. So I should be able to every time punish that. Yeah, this move that she's doing here, where she does that big arc, rainbow arc there, with the counter move. Okay, so that's the dragon throw, and again, you can see I'm not doing anything after it, because I keep expecting my opponent to be knocked down after throws, because that's the way it works for most characters, not for Midori, which I think is really cool. Like, again, it gives him a very different kind of set of things he can do, and kind of opens up his like this neat play you can do with dragon form, where you immediately enter dragon form and start doing stuff, start threatening pressure. So I'm not sure how real the mix-up is after it, but I know at least, like, you can put them in a position where you throw them in human form, activate dragon form, go for the bite, and they can hold back to block it. But I don't know how likely it is. I'm wondering if that makes me think the mix-up is either do that, in which case you get some chip damage, or if they're holding forward or they're not blocking, they get hit for an additional 2 damage, which is disgusting for a grappler. Or you go for that immediate throw. So you throw them, you immediately enter dragon form, and then you immediately go for the ground throw. Yeah, see there? He got the timing down, entered the unthrowable state. You still take damage when you're in super armor there. And I lost my train of thought. Crap. Yeah, so he was in that unthrowable state with that kick move, and was able to deal the last point of damage before my throw could grab him. Yeah, so I love neutral A into A for that, basically immediately above Midori wing clap into air launcher for 2 damage, and then you follow up. You put them on the ground, so you probably don't have to do anything after that. You just land next to them and go for some gross, mix up of some kind. Go for super throw or some other thing. I keep calling it super throw. Go for his ground throw or some other shenanigans. Yeah, nice walk up throw there. Go for the chop. Try not to move too much so that I can take throws off the table for him. Get the counter. And yeah, throwing out a super. Just whiff the meaty on the chop. Enter dragon form, try to close this out. Yeah, so block and then immediate throw for the punish. And that is, I think that's 2 wins. I think Silmerion went to the washroom, so we played a third match real quick. It's like, yeah, we can go again. It's fine. Yeah, so it looks like that neutral A kind of kick move, and you can move it. You can maneuver left and right with it after pressing attack. Yeah, oh, just gross. If you get put in the corner, it's just monstrous against Valerie. Okay, so punish the whiff, and then yeah, so I'm looking for what I'm supposed to be doing after that that move. Got a bit lucky on the Yomi counter there. Yeah, just close it out. That his terrain traversing kick. Yeah, so you can. It seems like you can throw punish there. Yeah, there we go. There's the setup. So 4 damage. It's not real. It's not a true combo. He can hold back to prevent the last 2. But yeah, my god, that priority on that headbutt in dragon form is just disgusting. Yeah, Midori is pretty cool. It's pretty rad. Yeah, so again, the timing is really tight. You have to be you have to activate the kick late enough that the unthrowable state lasts longer than the actual throw animation. So it's a bit tricky, but the throw moves slow enough that it should be feasible once everybody gets practicing. Yeah, I like that like kick move is really nice in that it has lower body invulnerability, and one of Valerie's really nice long distance pokes is this ground paintbrush. So pretty good in neutral. Okay, so Marion's gonna jump back in. Go back to Setsuki. So if I was him in this situation, I would probably just be hooligan throwing over and over and over again, because again, I don't actually know how to deal with that yet. I think at that point, right after the throw, he had tried to hold forward to get back into things. So I had just enough range on the chop to be able to deal damage there. I don't know if you can go for throw immediately after kunai, like as a tick throw kind of thing. Yeah, the issue with that aerial throw, it's really good. Like, it covers so much distance, and it travels quite a bit faster than the ground version. The only issue is if you miss, you basically put a ton of distance between you and your opponent, and you are likely going to spend a ton of your dragon form, because it just runs out a lot of time before you can regain control of your character. So I try to do it a little bit less than other moves. His aerial basic attack is a 2-hit attack. It's really good, so it covers a lot of distance as well. And yeah, so you can see the neutral for us has degenerated or has kind of come to a point where, and I don't know if this is correct, if there's a different way that Setsuki should be playing that forces a different play from Midori, but it feels like the neutral for this matchup ends up being a lot of kunai and a lot of that neutral A to get around kunai. Nice throws. Yeah, I think I probably could have punished with a normal throw after that whiffed kick. Still getting used to kind of the length of time it takes for different animations to happen. I love that back A, that tail sweep. It's got such gross distance on it. Yeah, nice throw there. Yeah, nice. Gets me with the jump kicks. Puts me in the corner. Just doesn't give me enough room to breathe. So there we go. Neutral jumping. Neutral jump A. Try to get around that. Got kind of an interesting lack of hitboxes on Setsuki on that last one. But yeah, it's just really cool. Like it feels, I don't know, I can't overstate how much fun it is to play this game. How quickly it feels like you get to this point where you're, I don't know, it feels like competent gameplay. It feels like competent gameplay on both people's parts. Again, he could be exploiting that, my inability to deal with hooligan throw way more than I think he ends up doing over the course of the match. But I mean, it's definitely paying off for him until I can respond. And then it's on me, like, okay, how do I respond to it? You know, can I hit it? Can I hit it in human form? Should I be like walking under it? Is that how you deal with it? I'm actually not sure. I'll go and check that out for the next set of matches that we end up playing. But yeah, like just the fact that everything is, you know, there, you press button to jump, you press you know, you use an attack. You've got 3 different options in the air. They give you different amounts of mobility, so it doesn't feel like you have like, you know, 3 different normals in the air. You have different stuff that you can do. And it just helps you find what you should want to be doing. Nice use of super there for the invulnerability. Yeah, gets me again. And is sitting on match point. Or set point, I should say. Already took the first match. There we go, yeah. Grab him with the air throw, just as he's coming down. Still trying to parry kunai with my face, which doesn't end up working too well. Yeah. Ah, that hooligan throw, man. I don't know. I don't know how to do. So that's it for me. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. No, I guess not. Can't remember if we end up going for 3 matches or not. Pretty sure he's beaten me twice now. That gets the Yomi counter. Once I start moving too close, again, it's an adjustment I need to make. Like in that short distance, I feel like I want to be walking back and forth, but walking back and forth is kind of a liability, I feel like. Because again, it makes you vulnerable to throws, and it makes you vulnerable to your opponent's Yomi counters if you hit A while you're still moving back and forth. So went for 1 too many dive kicks there. Was able to get the counter off. Go for the sweep, block the counter, and then that's free throw punish. And then just try to close things out. Yeah. Yeah, those huge air normals. So brutal. So good. Like, it's like, I know not all the animations are done. Like the, I didn't end up recording sound just because I didn't think to set it up properly. And like, you know, it's definitely still in early days, but it's just so good. Like it's so much fun to play. I really can't heap enough praise on the fact that like I have only ever played fighting games incredibly badly. And that, by which I mean like, yeah, just push special moves and then like spend a ton of time just trying to learn, like, you know, my favorite type of character has always been grapplers. I love, you know, the huge characters with like powerful throws and limited combos. I like that archetype a lot, and you know, most of them require the 360 motion, and the 360 motion, you know, I had to spend several hours in training mode for one of these games trying to figure out like how to get to a point where I'm actually pushing the buttons correctly and like making those come out a reasonable percentage of the time. And here it's just, you just do it. And when you remove that that barrier, it just comes down to, okay, no, what should I be doing? How can I control space? How can I be safe? How can I limit my opponent's options? What can I punish them with? All that stuff just comes together in a really clean, easy to understand way that is really kind of amazing to feel. Nice teleport dodge there. Fortunately, still has that instinct where against regular Midori, you know, he can be safe if he is he's throwing those kunai in neutral, and against Dragon Form, that is just not the case. So it looks like they're, yeah, okay, so I can jump back to avoid it, and it looks like my kick will catch the end of the hooligan throw. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, there we go. So you see Silmerion just sitting there, and I'm walking back and forth, and then walk up and throw him. So I still haven't gotten it into muscle memory that when I see my opponent is not moving, that I should be letting go of my directional inputs and just pressing the neutral A for the chop into hands. Yeah, so I've started using a combination of the air, so air attack, and the air special 2, which is that kind of jump throw where he lifts first up into the air and then comes down. You can cross up with it, set up kind of weird things, but again, it's just kind of a mobility move to get around the kunai. Yeah, nice 5 damage combo there, absolutely brutal. So once he starts hitting those like consistently, this is going to be a very different matchup. I'm kind of saved by the fact that rushdown is harder than grappling. and I kind of dig that. I love that. I mean, for people whose favorite mode of play is the rushdown character, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I think like any other character in this game, it's gonna be a pretty quick learning curve. Once you start picking up the character to get those like combos down and stuff, because even with the highest damage combo, I think is like 5 or something, maybe 4 or so, and it's not going to take an insane amount of execution to execute that stuff. It's just a matter of getting the muscle memory down, of course. But yeah, I'm just very glad that as a really early beginner in this genre, it happens to be that my preferred type of character is also the most new player friendly. I feel like, I don't know, I definitely would recommend, maybe not Midori, but definitely Rook as a great beginning character. He's got every tool you could possibly want. His game plan is very simple to understand, and he has some very clear like mix-ups and opportunities and stuff. That's, like most characters in the game, very easy to explain, and then the fun is in executing it, right? It's very cool. Plus, he actually has super moves that are not just turned into a dragon. Nice teleport throw. I don't know if you can tick throw after that. I literally just have no idea. I suspect not, because it would probably be almost impossible to defend against it. I guess you could block and then immediately let go of the controller. Okay, so there's the loss. I get to switch off, and Silmerion will play against Juushichi. We shall see some Setsuki versus DeGray. Okay. Yeah, I love the fact that the moves list fits on one screen, but you still feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have options at all times. Like, I know what I need to be doing very quickly, and the game plan feels very normal. It's just really easy to pick up. I don't know what to tell you guys. So yeah, Juushichi had been labbing DeGray for a little while, working on, like, we played the day before and it just was not working. Like, how was DeGray supposed to work exactly? We figured out a couple of things. I think it's just a matter of getting some of that execution down. Because he's got absolutely brutal. We were playing some Rook versus, yeah, there you go. Counter hit Pile Bunker into Pile Bunker for 4 damage. Just absolutely disgusting. Setsuki just melts away. Yeah, went for the ground super, which is a counter, but Silmerion just waited out just long enough for it to run out, and then got the damage in. Using that walk forward, and you can see as soon as Setsuki's feet are moving, DeGray can know that he can go in for the throw, because that means that Setsuki is not, pressing no buttons and is thus vulnerable to throws. It's a really cool. It's interesting. It's really interesting to see. Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but oh, just catches him pushing a button after that set of blocks. Cross up. Again, unfortunately, I don't know anything about either of these characters except as, the player that is fighting them with a grappler. So, very different world. DeGray, yeah, I think more than anything, the thing that needs to happen with DeGray is that as soon as you leave you put the ghost out, you have to go into dandy step, or you immediately get aggressive. Because if you do manage to catch with the ghost, you just have a very limited window of time where you can get in and actually get get one of those moves off to deal that big damage. And anytime I think any of those moves, if they're blocked, will leave DeGray vulnerable to a counterattack. So, or at least vulnerable to throws. I know that for sure. Yeah, that move's got a lot of invulnerability. As soon as he's glowing white, you got that armor. Yeah, it's got the ghost for setups, so if you don't block the ghost, you will get grabbed, put into a stun state, and from there, DeGray can open up his massive can of damage on you. Okay, gets the block, goes for the throw, gets the corner. Yeah, there you see. It's really weird to untrain yourself from shimmying on your opponent's knockdown. Because if you do, you're actually you're making yourself more vulnerable. Either that, or you have to shimmy and then not push A. You have to push either B or C, so the special 1 or special 2 button, because they don't throw. And then if your opponent's going for Yomi counter, you just automatically hit them with that special. Yeah, so that's at least free punish with throw. I don't know if it's actually free punish to that cross up. Yeah, bit of an issue with the air super animation getting eaten up by Setsuki's counter. Oh, there we go. We got one of the glitches that we encountered. I'm going to cut the video there, and we'll revisit in a second after we make this bug report. Okay, back to sets versus DeGray. DeGray up 1 set, I believe. With the teleport kick. Going for the raw pile bunker. You can interact with the ghost as well, so if you hit her with a projectile or an anti-projectile move, you will disable her. So Rook's Thunderclap, for instance, definitely works to disable the ghost. And she only travels a certain amount of distance, so that's helpful too. Yeah, Silmerion at this point is starting to get really comfortable with his use of kunai for pressure and for spacing and stuff. Gets the 3 damage combo set up with kunai. Don't know if you can do anything after the kunai, like if you can go into the flying squirrel kind of thing. Oh, that's really nasty. I don't think that has any cross up properties, because that hitbox was literally behind him. It's still early days. Yeah, that's some with the invulnerable kicks. Gets throw punished. Throw loops, we got throw loops. Oh, kicks him when he was looking for the Yomi counter. Goes into super for the 2 damage finish. Nicely done. Yeah, that kick, if it hits, should usually lead, like if it's at the right distance, I think it usually leads into 3 damage, because you get the kick and then immediately go into just neutral A, neutral A. Yeah, so there you see again. Silmerion, he's got the nerves of steel. He's willing to just stand there. That's the Yomi counter. He's got that super back on deck. I don't know if Setsuki's super meter builds any faster than any of the other characters. I think they might all be on the same timer, to be quite honest. Oh, nice. Gets the ground super, which is a counter. So counters that teleport kick. Deals the 2 damage in an incredibly stylish finish. I think after those throws, he must be able to get like a cross-up kick, 3 combo, 3 damage setup thing. I think it's just a matter of still early days there. Narrowly avoids getting him with the hitbox of that kick. There you go. Gets the cross-up into 3 damage. That's the bread and butter. And yeah, in the games that I was playing, DeGray with Rook, at first Rook was just absolutely mauling DeGray, but eventually, once he started consistently getting those 3 damage punishes, it was really, really close games. And that's kind of why I think if you're picking this up as an extremely new player, like I'm talking my level of experience with fighting games, which is basically non-existent except mashing some special moves against your friends in casuals when you happen to pick up a cool like anime fighter way back when in high school. Like I definitely recommend start with one of the grapplers, just because, you know, it's very simple. Like, hey, if you punish with a throw, you deal 2 damage. Against most characters, that's 30% of their hit points, and it is literally a button and forward or back. So with that as your basis, and because they have just lower, you know, they do less, they have less combo stuff that they do. Their hits just deal more damage as single hits. I think they're a really great way to start learning the game. But that just might be me talking. I just love the archetype so much. And they're really satisfying to play in this game. Nice. Gets him with the air super. Gets in turn hit with the stylish Yomi counter finish into lethal, and DeGray returns to his home planet. So yeah, so some graphical bugs, of course. As I said, this is in I think it's in pre-alpha still, but really nice polish for the state of the game, like imminently playable and just a ton of fun. Like I can't heap enough praises on this game. Okay, so yeah. There we go. Setsuki gets the air super, which is her own counter. Deals that 1 damage, and then if she successfully gets that off and it doesn't kill, she actually goes into kind of an invisible mode, where I can't remember if she's like flashing occasionally, but she is much harder to see. Yeah, nice block, gets the throw. Went for the jump setup. There, it keeps putting himself in that position where he gets hit with the Yomi counter. And all he would have to do in that place is, instead of attacking, just put the ghost out, and then punish with any of several of DeGray's very damaging combos. Yeah, once again, the ground teleport eating up DeGray's super animation. Hooligan throw into kunai. Gets him with the air kicks. Okay, Setsuki gets out of there. No, okay. Gray gets out of there. Nobody wants to get in close. One hit will decide it. Yeah, and sticks the foot out in neutral. Gets him pushing something or jumping. Tip of the toe. Gets him with the block. Chases. Gets shut down by kunai. Gets the throw. Doesn't go for any setups or anything. No cross-up attempts. Oh, nice. Finally gets that juggle. Counter hit overhead boot into into Pile Bunker. It just goes Pile Bunker crazy now. He wants it so bad. I will make you fear the righteous fist of justice. Gets hit in the back there. Gets thrown. Kunai into further hooligan shenanigans. Into more kunai, into more hooliganism. Okay, narrowly whiffs with the overhead there. I love how the entire game takes a second to let you appreciate the level of harm you have avoided by blocking Pile Bunker. I just dig that a lot. Nice. Just punches him just before the teleport takes into effect. Or just before the super goes into effect. The super does not, I believe, have... it's at least not invulnerable on startup. I think the move itself, while it's underway, has some invulnerability properties. But again, don't know. Haven't really played all that much against Setsuki. Oh, gets the perfect. Gross. 5 golden letters. Okay, so you can throw kunai after the squirrel. I don't think you can then squirrel anymore after that. Free punish into super. Yeah. Gets the throw. The neck snap. So vicious. Okay, dodges the kunai. Puts 2 damage in there. That's the teleport throw, hooligan. There you see the neutral standing is now slowly starting to be punished. Like, oh, I'm onto your shenanigans. Gets him with the cross up. Yeah, that throw or that kick needs to be done just a little bit lower to the ground. Yeah, it's starting to get the timing right. Just kick pressure. There we go. Into cross up. That could have been 3 damage there. Gets it eventually. Yeah, I think once as DeGray you start getting the timing of that that kick follow up, he becomes an entirely more horrifying character. I'm pretty sure that kick crosses up too. It's pretty gross that way. Nice. Just gets him with the boot. Silmerion, probably, knowing him, probably going for some sort of Yomi counter play on that one. Refusing to touch the controls. Nice. Punishes him with the kicks. Yeah. Got him with the ghost, but just did not have the right spacing to be able to connect a move. It's Kunai City up here. Ghost being used from just a little too far away as well. Trying to get that distance right. Nice. Dash up throw. Gets him with the 2 hits in neutral. Setsuki still feeling safe, not blocking in that position. Trying to take away that safety. Did you catch him flying? No. I believe Silmerion's words at that point were, "I'm sleep." Can't remember. He just drops out of the sky. I think, yeah, I think Juushichi ends up taking a set. I can't remember. Yeah, it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to step in. Midori versus DeGray. Can't remember if we played a ton of this set prior to this game. I think we had been playing at least a couple of matches. So Midori can punish a lot of basically every DeGray dash up thing with throw, I believe. Yeah, it gets me with the pile bunker. Nice thing too is you can use that kind of that like dashing palm move into slaps, and it can catch, like if DeGray is dashing back from the wrong distance and doing the wrong moves. I think it can punish everything except the kicks. The kicks are invulnerable, go right through it. But if you guess correctly, oh nice, got out of the counter hit there. Just enough, yeah. So that's punishable by throw, and now I can go into super, yeah, and then immediately go for bite, yeah, for the 4 damage. So huge punish. Yeah, gets me with the 1 hit. If he counter hits, that is 2 damage, and there you go. With cross up into ace or cross up into AA, 3 damage is quite a lot. Similar interaction there as Valerie's kind of forward kicks with the ground throw. Get the super, or get the counter, I should say. So this is going to last until I get hit. And you can see he's right up next to me, and I am not throwing him. So it has some different properties to normal throw. Get the meaty there, lots of chops, tons of chip damage. Close out that round. I don't know how much hopping I actually have to do in this match. I think sitting on the ground as Midori feels very comfortable. I can chase with the dash up punch, although that does leave me vulnerable to ground counter if you can see it coming. Get the neutral A because I'm expecting a Yomi counter setup. Get pile bunkered for 2, but it doesn't matter because super armor will eventually prevail. There we go. See it again. We'll trade 2 health. That's totally fine. I've got the health advantage. I will totally take that trade. Chase him down with the dash kick. Sees me coming with some aggression. Gives me the ground super. Heals me 2. Just got to find 1 more hit. Punching in the wrong direction there. There we go. So yeah, I don't know if for all of his follow-ups after that dash back, if you can hit him before they actually take into effect. I'm not exactly sure. Have to go into some sort of lab or training mode to figure that out. Trying to go for cross-up situations there. Seems like the recovery off of... I'm not sure if the recovery off of that kind of butt slam move is just fast enough that my opponents whiffed something in the meantime that I can just immediately throw them. But it seems to be working fairly well so far. Chase the back dash there, get hit with the super. But we've still got a ton of hit points to hopefully deal with the rest of this, and that's the free throw punish. I don't know if everyone can throw punish that move. Probably they can. I'm not sure. I just mistimed it there. Chop in the air. Both of us whiffing there. Get the ground throw. Yeah, dragon into 4 damage there. So he can hold back to turn that into just 2 points of chip, and then it's up to me to find that additional point of damage in the meantime. Punish the jump in with the armored command grab. This should also be a throw punish. I think I could just normal throw. The throw distance is pretty good. If not, I'd get bite. That'd be alright too. And close out the round with the throw. Bear hug. Yeah, Midori's really cool. Just the change. Yeah, nice Yomi counter. Just the change in the fact that his throw doesn't knock down is such a big difference compared to every other character. And in terms of what he gets off of that into dragon form and during dragon form, because his dragon form normal throw also has that same property where it'll knock them down, but then immediately put them back on their feet, so you can follow it up. Nice. Gets the throw punish there. And then I can just, yeah, there's the throw. So that would leave him on his feet if he had hit point left. And then you can immediately, like, I don't know, I guess you could immediately go into bite. You may also be able, again, you may also be able to immediately go into the command grab to try to punish it. Or to try to deal with the obvious block. But I'm not sure how real that is. So yeah, you can see I'm still in that state, and any of his dashback moves have this period where he is in a throwable state before he activates them. If he waits too long, and as soon as it comes into range, that activates and cashes out. So his counter is actually it deals exactly the same amount of damage overall as just a regular throw does from him. But the counter is actually better in a lot of ways because you get a better setup. Because when you do use your... So if you normal throw them and you have dragon form, you immediately can get into that dragon form shenanigans. Which again, not sure how real it is. But if you get the counter, it deals them 1 damage. And then when it eventually throws them, assuming it eventually throws them, you get a knockdown setup, which I'm not sure how good Midori's knockdown setups are. I haven't really gone for much cross-up stuff. Rook gets some really, really gross setups off of his normal throw. But yeah, I don't know how. I'm not very good at setting up that stuff yet. I haven't really practiced it at all. So I don't know how effective it is and how to set it up and that sort of stuff. But if you can set it up, and it's probably off his butt slam, you can probably really do it off of that his counter hit throw, his purple throw, I guess. You get the hugs, go into dragon form, immediately go for, immediately go for the thing. So I could see that he went for the dash immediately after that, probably to punish bite. So it's very, very likely that you can just jump out of it. So I think you don't get any kind of setup off of that. Yeah, dragon form seems really good against DeGray. Like any of his dash stuff just becomes way riskier in the face of that in the face of the armored ground throw. Yeah, the chase down is so good. I love the animation on Midori's like advancing palm or whatever. We get the Yomi counter, which gives us immediately free dragon form. We immediately spend 2 of our hit points kicking a man who's super countering us. Get the throw, dragon form, immediate bite. Yeah, so at that point I was trying to just walk forward and normal grab, but it doesn't seem like it worked. Luckily, I low profiled that with the bite. And yeah, tail swipe. Oh my god, such a nightmare. I think you pretty much have to use the kicks, like the aerial kicks move. That's mostly invulnerable. got the counter there, but it was just too far away to get the hit, and the hit is the thing that activates the purple state, super throw state. Feels like I've kind of gotten away with away from the basic game plan that worked really well. So we're gonna calm down. We're gonna throw out some palms. We're gonna go for some counters and some hugs. Get the dragon form activation. Yeah, immediately go for the throw. And I guess if they're expecting the bite and they don't jump fast enough, because like most command throws, or I think all command throws, you can just jump out of them. Should be able to. Okay, Silmerion switches to Grave, so we got some different matchups here. Stick with the black and white color, which is my favorite. We got Green Grave. That's the fireball game. Very effective against a Midori who wants to counter the fireballs, who cannot counter the fireballs. There's the Graves DP. Puts him in an invulnerable state. Wind pushing your opponents back. It also for free gives you the max damage fireballs. Yeah, nice. He's completely invulnerable when he does that, but if I block it, it's basically a free punish. Yeah, there we go. Walk through the fireball, get the 2 damage throw. Chase down. Get Yomi countered because Silmerion is the master of Yomi counters. Okay, we get the throw. And we immediately jump into his super. Luckily, we were jumping, so we take only 1 damage rather than 2. And yeah, there you see. So I went for the chop to try to punish any kind of jump back or anything like that. And he went for the DP. And I guess the DP has this moment just before it hits where he's in a throwable state, and so Midori's purple throw catches him. It's such a rad move. It really does make you feel like a bit of a badass. There's so much pressure on your opponent to like just get away. And again, you get the knockdown that way. Yeah, he's so I was able to dodge around the super by using the butt slam, which put me just above his hit. So kind of neat. Get a free, like, or at least somewhat of an exit strategy. Aerial attacks there. He's using that. Yeah, so he gets 2 damage off me with fireballs while I'm throwing him. And do we manage to block? Yes. We get the free throw. Yes, okay, so that's the interaction I was waiting for. It's really cool. So apparently, apparently whatever the interaction of those 2 moves is if immediately after throw, Grave goes for the sword slice, and Midori immediately goes for the like foot missile, Midori will just travel right through him and land fast enough that he can immediately go for a second throw, and it's my favorite thing in the entire world. It's just so awesome. It's like whoop, don't mind me. I'm just gonna walk by you real quick. It's fine. And then you hug him from the other end. It's great. So good. So whatever else happens, I hope that survives until the end of until the official release, because it's so fantastic. All right, so we punish the poke with the throw, and again we could have gotten the pass through, but instead got neutral jump into chop for cleaning it out. Yeah, so in the win state, Grave just has a whole bunch of additional properties. Like his aerial Tatsu has a lightning strike that hits when he activates the Tatsu, so you can use it to cross up. Like It's really, really ambiguous. Like I said, his fireballs get empowered for free, so usually that fat fireball only travels a certain limited amount of distance. But in the wind state, all of his fireballs are massive and travel the full length of the screen. Oh, nice. Just neutral jumped it, so the setup is definitely not real. I think bite might have caught him. So if he neutral jumped and I bit, the bite will probably miss, but maybe the follow-up fireball would catch him. He's getting a better sense of. I should be hitting DP against Juicer way more often, because this dude loves pushing buttons on my knockdown. Yeah, a lot of damage with fireballs right now. Yeah, just playing this keep away thing. Really, really good. Graves' normal attacks are very good at stuffing jump-ins. They've got really good anti-air properties. And yeah, it looks like Butt Slam has some cross-up potential. I think I try to go for it there to get me out of the super, but I'm way too low there. Just not blocking properly. So yeah, the aerial throw does not have invulnerability. It can be interrupted by pokes and fireballs. There we go. Throw, normal throws. Yeah. Dragon Torpedo for the win. Okay, so that's the aerial super. Is again a counter, deals 2 damage. Yeah, there. He reminds me again. There we go. He reminds me again that he is Silmerion, master of Yomi counters, and that I should not be messing around in his business. Yeah, starts punishing my my whiffed moves there with. Oh, nice, and actually gets. Yeah, I guess my ground chop as well, because it did hit him while he was in the air. So nicely done. Midori is just goes in complete seizures after that. Yeah, so he can. So okay, so we've got this interesting game going where the fat fireballs I kind of have to avoid using his using the butt slam, and that puts me in a position where I am in a throwable state, puts me back out in zoning distance essentially. Okay, so I think the set is 1-1 at this point. Let's move the Air Tatsu. So those large fireballs, I don't think I can use the neutral Aeon. Nice, meeting me in the air with the aerial kicks. Ooh, it was just low enough to the ground that I was able to hit the ground and block that. So very, very, very little recovery on, or very fast recovery on that jumping A move. Okay, I'm a dragon. Dragons throw you. Dragons don't get supered. Dragons throw you again. And dragons bite and fireball. Yeah, again, just it's really cool. Like we are definitely still in the very early positions of exploring this matchup. I think if Silmerion had just gone for way more fireball and anti-air game, it would have been interesting to see what Midori would have to do that. See the aerial dragon transformation punished as hard as possible with ground super. And yeah, there you go. See the lightning strike hitting on the ground, taking me out of that round. Just trying to get away. Just trying to run out the timer on the dragon form, doing a really good job of it. I basically got nothing done in that round. So get away with the butt slam for free. I'm not sure if it can be punished by throw on block. I believe previously he was throwing me after I had whiffed. And that should punish. Yeah, nicely done. 2 damage. Again, dragon transformation. Immediate go for the throw. The scramble. I get myself mixed up and have used up about 1/5 of my meter. There we go. Just jump A. 4 damage as quick as you please. Failed to get the launcher. Still doing pretty good. There we go. Okay, so if you time it just right, you are able to kind of wait out the fat fireballs with neutral A. So now that I know that, I'm going to go for that way more often. I hope. Don't make me a liar, me. Trying to get the counters, but I think if they hit behind me while I'm in that counter state, there's like some frames where if it hits me in the right, if he hits me from the front and then it moves him past me, the counter hit, which actually gives me the purple state, will not activate properly. So matter of timing to get that down. Yeah, finding that fireball game, finding the normals, and I'm finding the punish. Yeah, you can really chase down with the slaps. It's really good, and you can lead into it with that forward palm. This should be. I think I was mashing. Yeah, I was trying to get that move. Instead, I get tickled for lethal damage. So nicely done. I think that is 2 rounds. I think that's 2 rounds for him. Pretty sure. At this point, I'm just watching the games. I'm sorry, I wish I had more information about frame data and stuff, but that is definitely not my strong suit. Please remember that I usually commentate games where between every single one of these moves or decisions to block, there are like 30 seconds of decision-making time. So I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. The limited skill set that I have. There we go. We got the aerial throw. Get the tail sweep. Punish that with tail sweep because the reach is so damn good. Ah, it's so nasty. And immediately go into human form. And again, both the transformation into dragon form and out of dragon form seem to be instantaneous. There is no like recovery frames where you just can't do anything. Okay, so we're managed to be able to whiff punish, immediately push some buttons because that's what we do, that's how we live. Yeah, so there we go. Start punishing those point blank fireballs with neutral jump. Oh, he just throws him. It's nicely done. I was really terrified. All right, start the round off with some good damage. Get punished. Yeah, okay. So again, it's a trade of 2 hit points to 2 hit points, but he's at 2 hit points and I'm at 4. 3 now, but still pretty good. This is a free throw punish. Oh no, this is a 3. Okay, never mind. It's a free palm punish at the very least. I think even with Rook, you have to be like he has to hit you with that sword when you're basically right on top of him to be able to punish it with throw. I can't remember offhand, but so it is his Graves panic button. Just please leave me alone. If you are pushing a button, I will punish you. You should be blocking right now. Yeah. So the neutral A gives you just enough upswing when you push it to be able to get over those big fireballs, which is good. Because the distance back to the ground from aerial A is way faster. Like, it gets you down to the ground way faster than aerial C does. Max distance air throw. Hype. Okay, I think we blocked that. Yes. Get the throw. Yes, the classic. The 4 damage throw combo setup. Oh, so good. So good. It's so good. I'm sorry. I can't get over how much I love it. It is my favorite child. There we go. Throw state into the free throw. Yeah, that should be enough time to do something. Well, maybe not enough time to get in the air. I don't know. Tail swipe. Tail swipe for the punish. That was way too far away. Yeah, the command throw. Oh, it's so good. The command throw in dragon form, I think, moves you, I'd say, about like a third of the screen. It's a big distance. It's a very big distance. But you can't do it from like max distance. Got to be a little close. He just drops to the ground and throws you. Ah, oh, it's so nasty. Luckily this time we got him with the Yomi counter. Immediate dragon form. He's like, okay, you're gonna throw me, yes, but I'm going to do it in a way that your technique does not work on. Yeah, I was hoping that his wind would push him just close enough for that to work. Yeah, it looks like dragon form might have some difficulty of getting around those projectiles in the air. Yeah, trying to go for the setup, but he's wise to us now. He doesn't want it to happen anymore. Luckily, we can still throw punish all of Graves' normals. Okay, it's fine trade. Again, all these 1-for-1 trades are totally fine. Just try not to lose too much health getting in against him. Okay, free throw. Got dragon form. We go into it. Immediately get 2 damage because he's looking for. Nice. Nice. Got him on the way back down. I love the dragon form animations. They look really good. I think the only thing missing is his dragon form Yomi counter, which right now is it's in like a some kind of state, but it's definitely not final. Yeah, okay, so it looks like Butt Slam is relatively safe on block. Yeah, that can be thrown. He doesn't want it to happen anymore. He doesn't want the funnest move, the funnest sequence in Yomi to happen anymore. I'm trying to catch him with air normals. Gotta go for air grabs. Yeah, and we can't super armor if we have no hit points. Yeah, dealing with dragon form with wind seems very effective. Yeah. Got kind of limited ability to move across the screen quickly on the ground. Well, no, I guess I could headbutt. Yeah, I can just headbutt with the dragon. But we're giving up rounds here when we should not. That wind makes it slightly more difficult to punish stuff. Okay, there we go. We got the throws. Dragon form, a little too late. Really set up punish. Get absolutely clobbered. Grave gets a home run off the dome of his mentor. We've got very limited dragon form left. That's a good start to the round. 1 hit point for 2. Should be a block. Yes. Throw punish. Yes. Best sequence in Yomi? No. Just walk him down. The throw distance, though, from downtown. So good. So satisfying. And yeah, compared to Rook, Midori definitely has an incredible walk speed. So after throw, just walking forward against your opponent, if they're not expecting it and they are holding back or doing something weird, you might be able to just get the throw again. Got the sick mentor level throw loops. Go back to Juushichi with DeGray. A long grave set. Catch the throw. Again, the throw distance is really good for the grapplers. Like really scary. You do not want to be close against a grappler. Yep. Butt slam definitely punishable on whiff. Get that nice palm. Nice. It's the counter hit launcher into pile bunker. Luckily, yeah. So again, like the use of dragon form activation, I'm definitely getting, as I'm getting more used to this, you have some nice uses. Like if an opponent jumps in against you and you're in human form and you have it on deck, you can use that to set up like a really nice counter hit situation where you immediately activate and then mash A, so it hits immediately above you. I think it's got pretty good priority. I don't know exactly what all it beats and at what stages, how much, you know, distance and stuff you need. Yeah, so you can see I'm going for much more chops and 100-hand slaps in the throw distance because, you know, I love to throw and my opponents are becoming aware of that fact. So they're doing a lot more standing around in neutral. And after you've slapped them a couple of times, then as soon as the legs start moving, you can go for that throw. Once they are no longer going to Yomi counter you. Against DeGray, there's that additional level of mix-up where, yeah, exactly, he can, if he sees you coming with a normal, he can punish you for 2 damage with his ground super. Just hop over the dragon. Oh, that was really weird cross-up situation. But luckily he went for the counter and then throw on his wake up. Yeah, there we go. See, he's starting. Juushichi's starting to get the counter hit madness going. It's like 10 seconds in the round. I'm already at 2 hit points. Nice. Ghost and kick setup. I was pushing some buttons, as I am wont to do. I guess the cross up, but does not get the counter hit. There we go. We get the throw. And again, you can see immediately DeGray stands back up, and that's just a property of Midori's throws at all stages. Well, that was really interesting. It seemed like, I guess my hitbox shrank, or my hurtbox shrank enough that I entirely whiffed, or he entirely whiffed on that move. I probably get a nice throw punish on that. Yeah, again, that forward palm can really eat DeGray's lunch when he goes for his weirdness, or for his backdash setups. And then, of course, the mix-up becomes, oh, okay, if you're just going to palm into my backdashes, then I'll go for the kick move, which is invulnerable. It's going to put you in a grounded state. Pretty sure he gets knocked down off of that. It's so unsafe. He should get a nice setup off of that. There we go. Air throw for the finisher. Yeah, so again, I'm not really in a position to say much about how the matchups feel. Grave Midori feels very nice. It's interesting, definitely. I think a zoning playstyle will probably give at least me a lot of trouble. I don't know if it gives, competent Midori players a lot of trouble. But it seems like that, the mix up between normal pokes and all that sort of stuff would be really good. DeGray versus Midori feels really good for Midori, but I think that's largely because it's probably more difficult from the DeGray side. Midori, even though he has some weirdness of his own, he's still got that like really good grappler stuff of like, oh, if you punish something with a throw, you just deal 2 damage. That's pretty nice. And a lot of DeGray's moves have a lot of startup in their, they've got that additional backdash. So like the palm can really chase that stuff down if he does it from the wrong distances. And in dragon form, you've got that long distance grab that can, yeah, exactly, can really, really give DeGray some trouble. And headbutt is pretty good too. It's just a faster version of forward palm, basically. Yeah, in this matchup, it just feels like as Midori, again, you can block a lot because a lot of that stuff that DeGray is doing is going to allow you to get free throw punish off of if you block it. And if he does throw you, then he dealt you 1 damage, and it doesn't seem like it's that bad to take 1 damage, given the amount of damage he can do like on counter hit and stuff if you're mashing, or if you are carefully tapping buttons at opportune times. Yeah, so yeah, that is definitely not a real setup. At least not the way I'm using it. Probably just throwing and then walking forward is the right way to do that. And yeah, so we're gonna see Juushichi starts doing this dash away and then grab. Like he'll do no move at the end of his back and forward dash, and then because my instinct is just, oh, okay, I'll just block. He'll get me with a couple of throws that way. Yeah, if you do a move and you are not far enough away from Midori, he will throw you for 2 damage. Okay, so it looks like you can, yeah, it looks like the butt slam is punishable on block or on whiff with a throw. Yeah, there. That's really the brutal part of this matchup, is that you might just not dash far enough away from that from the dragon grab. Yeah, that thing moves fast. You can really punish some stuff with that the dragon headbutt. Went for a move, and then went for a meaty on his wake up. Okay, that might actually be, yes, that is the end of our matches. So apologies for the completely uninformed commentary, but at least hopefully it was fun to watch the matches. Hopefully it was fun to see the different characters and how they interact, and the nonsense that we got up to when we were playing this game. As I said, it was a ton of fun. The details for how you can play this, right now, currently there is no online. That might change very soon. As soon as there's online, I will start making videos of my online matches. So stay tuned for that. You will know immediately when that occurs. And until then, yeah, enjoy and check out any of the details in the description below if you're interested in supporting this project. Again, I think it's amazing. It's an amazing game. It is a ton of fun, and I desperately want more people to play this against. So thanks for watching, and until next time, Mystic Juicer out.